Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 here in Memphis, and all you good folks up in Brownsville, Tennessee on 1520 and 95.3 FM, and, of course, on Jackson News Talk 101.5. We're going to switch. What? You're going to switch?
I was just going to say, 101.5, it has a pretty big audience up there. I've had several people that say they listen to your show.
Well, that's good. Yeah.
And that they've heard me on the radio.
Well, that's good, too. So they're still listening then. They haven't.
After all that.
And those two voices. This is first Saturday, so that is
Beware of the Eyes of March.
That's his FM radio voice. Dave Gabbert.
Morning.
And, of course, he brought the other part of the Brother Darrell and Darrell show.
The Brother Darrell
Smith, and they're here to be as my interpreters as we try to explain the outdoor world and entertain you folks on this first Saturday of March. We've already been to South Dakota, and you'll say, wow, it was cold there. Well, we're going to Michigan now.
And we done caught the breeze.
It's warmed up there. It's going to be 28 in
Caught
Fenton,
the breeze and headed east.
Fenton, Michigan. Recently got a press release. I'm good about these things, and I don't think I've ever talked on this subject in 18 years on the air on Outdoors with Larry Ray, and it's a cool subject. And that's no pun intended about the weather or anything like that, but titanium buzz. Now, your jewelry, you may have heard of that. But
it almost sounds like a fishing bait. But
it does sound like a fishing bait. And I've had some people think, what are you going to talk about titanium buzz fishing baits? But this is not. This is for that special person that if you have in the outdoor world or you want to give her some special something. Trinkets. This is more trinkets. This is more
that's
trinkets.
what the old timers.
We got Kevin Begola.
Fur traders would say
he is
trinkets.
with Titanium Buzz in Fenton, Michigan. A new outdoor theme: wedding rings, earrings, bracelets, and things along this line. And no one can tell us more about this than Kevin. Good morning, Kevin.
Hey, good morning, guys. How are you doing today?
We're doing great. I don't know too many outdoor shows should jump on this, but tell us about Titanium Buzz. And I know you've been around since 2005, but talk about this new outdoor theme that you're using on jewelry, including wedding rings. Talk about it.
Yeah, so we've been around since 2005, and we just kind of started off as a homegrown type of small business, and we really started out focusing on men's wedding bands, and from the time I got married, there wasn't much out there, so I decided why not come out with rings that kind of fit in with people's personalities, and that's when we really hit the hunting world and took it by storm with a lot of really amazing rings. When it comes to, people in the outdoors, they want to be different and look at different items. And so we've actually partnered up over the years with Realtree and Mossy Oak, and recently with Surface Camo, which used to be like the Muddy Girl stuff. And we got into even engagement rings now, and that's become quite an eye-opener for a lot of people. They couldn't believe that you could get a camouflage engagement ring now.
Are you a one of a kind? I mean, are you out there at all alone in this? I mean, this is and how did you come up with it, and even the name of the company? It kind of confused me at first. I was thinking, you think titanium or golf. I guess I could talk about golf and titanium, and we could talk about the buzz. As far as fishing,
as a haircut,
as a buzz cut.
Right.
Yeah, you thought of it.
Or if you're in Colorado, it's a brand in one of the head shops out there.
I won't go that far, but so talk about it, Kevin. I mean, how's it going?
It's somewhat of a competitive field. So if you rewind back, I think it was 2009. The way I tell the story is I was watching that one show that Tom Arnold used to have. It was called like My Big Fat Redneck Wedding.
Yes.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
You remember that show?
Oh yeah.
I was sitting there with my wife on the couch, and I looked at her and I said, "These people need wedding rings, don't they?" And that's when my mind started racing, and I started looking at pretty much what was out there in the marketplace. And at the time, there wasn't really much at all. And so I went to the same, resources that, when they're coating a gun or when they're applying camouflage to things. I tried to figure it out on my own. And in the early prototype stages, we were doing this out of our house to try to figure it out. So fast forward a little bit, I got a nice little letter from either Mossy Oak or Realtree, because at the time, I think I used one of their names or something like that. And
we get a note from them is nice. Okay, that's nice. Okay,
right. So that led me to this whole licensing agreement, and I do believe at that time I was the first guy to have a license with Realtree and Mossy Oak to do camouflage wedding bands for men and women.
Well, there's no doubt. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Again, we're talking to Kevin Begola. He is with Titanium Buzz, and I'm holding these earrings with the deer antlers. They look like. I mean, so you have how many products do y'all come up with now? How many?
So I would say on our website, and we have a little showroom here even in Michigan, but on our website we have at least 1,500 rings to pick from, and not all of them are in the hunting area, but we are pretty big in the hunting area. The earrings you're talking about, we actually have a licensing agreement with Realtree, and those antlers happen to be the Realtree antler ones, which are a lot more cost effective and affordable for people. So we do have some necklaces, bracelets, and more fashion-style jewelry for women as well. And it's all catering into the Realtree, their iconic logo.
Well, I know you talk about the metal itself, Titanium Buzz. I think in the press release you said that like 90% of this is USA, right?
Yep. Yeah, that's one thing we've always kept, close to, our thoughts. And even when we started this was try to, manufacture as much as we can here in the United States. For the rings and stuff, if we're going to make an engagement ring, we want it to last and we want people to be really happy with it. So those are all definitely made here in the U.S. When the order comes in, it goes into production, and then from there, the ring would ship out directly to the customer, and it's kind of like a custom one-off piece where we can even customize it now. One of the new things we're doing that you'll see in some of those photos would be we're working with Cerakote, and it's the same stuff that people see on their guns. Like if you're going to buy a lady,
I was thinking of that earlier. I said, "I wonder if you get that finish on that."
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. That's interesting.
So that's Cerakote, and when you apply the Cerakote on the inside of a ring, it just gives it another element that people are kind of surprised by and taken back because, I mean, let's face it, most women have, they're all about the diamonds and the bling part of it, but adding little touches like that will definitely talk to a woman if she's got that pink, pistol in her closet or whatever. She knows what she's all about, right?
I can just see this. I'm visualizing this right now in the deer stand. This couple's together, and he gets on his knees in the deer stand. Forget hunting for a while. I got something for you, honey. And he hands her an engaged, a ring, and it's got this big elk or something on it and everything. So you said it's customized. So what's the most unusual ring you got?
Oh, we've got a raccoon tracks ring.
Come on. Come on.
Raccoons are, if you look at the tracks themselves, they're kind of odd to look at, unless you're tracking one. We've done some, we do a lot of duck band rings. So it'll make it look like a duck band. We've done just about, anything that you can think hunting related.
Yeah.
I mean, we've done some odd stuff. We get to see a lot of, really crazy weddings that would probably put some of those ones to shame from that show back in the day. We saw some people go all out on these country weddings, which is pretty amazing.
Well, it's just pretty amazing to understand these things. And so what are we looking at cost-wise? I mean, give us a kind of a general, what are we looking at here?
Well, I would say with the men's rings, I would say a comfortable price range for a custom men's wedding band that's going to kind of fit their style. We're looking at about $300 to $500.
Okay.
And then when you get into the women's rings, I would say they start off about $700 for like an engagement ring. But then if you really want a diamond and you want to scale up, obviously diamonds get pretty expensive. So, we see a lot of those rings come in, over $1,000. But again, if you're going to go to a store and pick out an engagement ring, you're going to spend a coin there too. So that's what we're delivering to people. We're really trying to work with them to find the perfect wedding band or the engagement ring that's going to really, make her say yes, right?
Yeah, they're going to, of course, I hope my wife is listening this morning. I can't wear my wedding ring anymore. It's doesn't fit my finger. This is what I want. Okay, Miriam, this is what I want. I want a new wedding ring. A wing. I want a ring up there, not with a raccoon though.
Ring.
Not with a raccoon
like a wing.
track. Yeah. And your product, you ship United States. You ship. Do you get some from overseas?
Yeah, we've shipped rings all over the world. I mean, from time to time we get some strange requests from countries we've never dealt with before, and sometimes we pass on those. But yeah, I mean, we've shipped them to the UK, Australia, all over Europe and stuff like that, and obviously all over the U.S. I mean, even it's awesome to see when we get those orders from really small towns in Alaska and places like that where it's kind of cool to be part of some of these weddings even in those really small areas.
What's the turnaround time? We got if somebody's planning a wedding and they want bands, what's the turnaround time on that?
We usually tell everybody a good 2 to 3 weeks. So
that's not bad.
Yeah, so we're not looking at 6 to 8 weeks. Yeah, I mean it's one of those things where we even do computer models to where we can show somebody if they want to create a ring and bring it to life. Yeah. We can actually show them kind of what the ring's going to look like, and then once they give us the go button on it, then pretty much it goes into production. And yeah, a lot of times 2 to 3 weeks, and then we ship out, and then shipping's pretty quick. And we can even. There's been plenty of instances where people are getting married within a week or less, and we've made some magic happen for them.
Yeah. Well, again, we're talking to Kevin Begola. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Kevin.
Yeah, you're good.
And so tell our listeners out there, how do they get in touch with you guys and to maybe make something special for someone? How do they find out information about you?
Yeah, the best is to go to our website. So Titanium, which is TITANIUM-buzz.com, or they can check us out on all the big social media platforms. We're pretty active on Facebook and then also on Instagram as well. And then we're located here in Michigan. So if there's any local people traveling, we're in Fenton, Michigan.
And that is close to where?
It's about 20 minutes south of Flint. So
okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, well,
about an hour north of Detroit.
Yeah, well, that website is pretty. There's some pretty cool things on that website. I spent some time there looking at that.
I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, we've had a fun time doing this, and we've had a lot of interesting customers over the years. A few famous ones that put us on the map too. So it was fun.
All right. You're not going to tell me who those famous ones are, are you? I mean,
well, I would say the biggest one that your audience would love would be Jason Aldean. We did 4 rings for him about 2 or 3 years ago.
4 rings. Okay, 4 rings.
Yeah, we let him pick from 4 rings, and he ended up getting married in one of our rings, which was a baseball stitch ring. And then,
yeah, I can understand that and everything. Hey, Kevin, thank you very much for being with us on Outdoors with Larry Ray, and folks. Look it up. It's pretty interesting. We'll stay in touch and hope you have a great day. Okay, buddy?
All right. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
All right.
And the funny thing, depending on what shipper he uses, probably all comes through Memphis.
Probably does. It probably does. Yeah, we won't name the company. Everybody knows.
We won't name the company.
No, we don't need to name the company.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a break. Come right back, and she'll come dancing in the room. Gene, you may have to move over.
Yes, she always trips on my feet.
Yeah, she does. And she wants to dance with him, too, So
play Funky Town?
She wants to lead all the time.
That's Funky Chicken. Okay, all right, Rufus Thomas. All right, we'll be right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray.